I thought it'd be kind of fun to take a look at what's in my pack. So I'm getting ready for the PCT, and I've been dinking around with this pack for the last couple of months trying to get it dialed in, and I think I'm pretty darn close. So let's get started. Well, first off, I'm using the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. And I have used that lighterpack.com to try to dial in my pack weight, but I find it easier just to weigh the whole thing and just see what my total weight is. So let's take a look. Well, let's see what we have here. Looks like just over 18 pounds. And I think I've got everything in there, so well, I take that back. I'm not packing my Garmin this morning because I have not activated it yet. And maybe a pad and a pencil because I may want to keep a few notes with a few items on a daily journal. I've got my tent in my side pocket right there. I think I'm going to practice setting the tent up and and then let's take a look and see what I've got inside. Okay, hold on just a minute. Okay, so like I said before, I've got the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. It seems to be working pretty darn good for me, so no real complaints yet. So it seems to fit all my gear. Like you saw on the way in, I'm not by any means ultralight, but I think what I've got in my pack are the things that I can be comfortable out on the trail, you know, for maybe up to 6 months. So we'll see if I lose anything or add anything along the way, but initially this is what I'm gonna head out with. So anyway, pack's been really nice. Got this sit pad that fits into the back. That's kind of sweet. I think I'll use it. Give myself just a little extra padding while I'm sitting here. I'm not big on wearing hats, so I did invest in an umbrella. I got the Gossamer Gear umbrella, put it in the side pocket along with my tent. I figure I kind of like having the tent, being able to easily access the tent. I mean, if it's a stormy weather and I've got a rainstorm going on, I need to set up my tent quickly. I'd like to set up my tent first, throw my pack inside my tent, and then be able to, you know, unload my pack at that point in time. But anyway, so because I'm not a hat wearer, I did get an umbrella. And with the umbrella, I've got the umbrella clip along with a little thermometer. I like to keep track of how hot or cold it is. The clip for the umbrella worked out really well. Also on the other shoulder strap, I've got the bottle rocket to be able to carry any size bottle. It snaps onto the shoulder strap really quite nice. Pretty darn impressed with that. I probably won't go into tremendous amount of detail on every single item because, you know, everyone's looking online and doing their own research, but I'll kind of give you an overview of the items that I chose and maybe why I chose them and just where I'm packing them in my pack. So on the right side of my hip belt, I like to keep my phone, and I got a little tripod which I'm using right now to videotape with. I'll take a little picture of that at the end and kind of insert it right here. And I also did pick up one of the Rhodes MEL mics, you know, that fits into your lightning port. You know, it seems to be working okay. It doesn't really snap in there really securely. Having a few issues with my phone case, and that at the same time I might have to modify my phone case a little bit, but we'll see. I'll try to update you on that. In the other hip belt, Like to carry a pair of sunglasses. I know I'm going to need those. Also like to carry a knife. I know it's a little overkill. It's probably bigger than I need, but what the heck, it was a great Christmas present for my son, and it's been just a wonderful knife. So cutting my cheese or salamis or whittling a little bit of wood, whatever that might be. Like I said, I've got the big pocket on this side. I keep my tent, my Z-Packs duplex tent, and the umbrella in that side. On the other side, there's two pockets here. Probably be carrying some water at some point in time. Right now I've got some Enlightened Equipment rain pants. Not rain pants, excuse me, wind pants. They're not waterproof, but they're just made for the wind. They don't weigh hardly anything. And then I've got the Enlightened Equipment wind shirt to go along with that. I have to say that out of almost everything I've picked up so far this year, I've been most impressed with this. I'm a pretty warm hiker, so I've been out in mid-20s with just a shirt on and this wind shirt on, and it's just enough to hold the heat in, and I don't overheat and sweat, which is great. So the mid-20s, mid-30s, this seems to be perfect. It gets up about 40 degrees, and it's a little too warm, and I end up peeling this off. So that's been wonderful. Oh, this isn't in my pack, but shoes seem to be a pretty popular subject on trail, and so I just thought I'd share with you my choice of shoe, which is the Ultra. I'm going to start off with the Temps. It seems like either you love the Ultras or you hate them. Either way, I love them. I've been hiking with them for the last 3 years, and they've been wonderful. Started off with the Temps, spent the last couple of years doing the Lone Peak 3.5s, and just about wore both those pairs out, even though I still have them, still do the yard work in them and whatnot. So this is probably the cleanest you'll ever see these shoes. So, hey. So anyway, I've been training the last couple of months and wanted to toughen up my feet just a little bit. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I start just hiking without any socks and try to toughen these things up just a little bit. And lo and behold, my feet are feeling better than ever walking without socks in my shoes. And I'm just wondering, are there any other hikers out there that aren't using socks or don't use them on a regular basis? Certainly I'm going to be taking some socks with me, and I'm sure I'll be hiking sometimes with them, but currently I've been hiking anywhere from, I did a 15-mile day in just my bare feet in the shoes, and felt good. So my feet are getting tougher, but just a question. So if anyone has any input, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your experience, pros and cons, and whatnot. So leave it in the comments. But anyway, on with my pack. So it's got this little flip lid to it. Oh, in the back pocket, I do carry my rain coat. It's a Marmot raincoat. I've had it forever. Hopefully it still sheds water, so it's about 4 years old. So, but I've got it. It's worked well, so that's been wonderful. Hopefully I don't have to use it very often. I'm not carrying any rain pants. I find that I just get way too warm in rain pants. If I find I need some along the trail, I'll pick some up while I'm going down the trail. Inside of my pack, I've got my food bag. But you don't have any food this morning, so that 18 and a quarter pounds, you know, that was without food or water. Don't even have any snacks in here. But I do have a Sawyer squeeze. That's my water purification of choice. So hopefully that works well. I do have some extra Ziploc bags, some gallon Ziploc bags. I kind of like to divide my food up per day. So if I need 3 days worth of food, I'll fill 3 bags. Kind of keeps me from overeating or stealing tomorrow's food for today. So that may or may not use that. We'll see how that works. I also have a couple of knock water bottles, dirty water, clean water bottle. I've seen some people on YouTube that have been using these in a siphoning situation. I think I'm going to give that a try. Eat lunch while I'm siphoning some water. I also have a 1 liter platypus bottle. And bear hanging kit, so if I need to hang this from a tree, I can do that. Also have one of those odor-proof bags to keep some food in. Not sure, that might be just kind of overkill. I'm feeling like I have way too many bags, as you'll see. I kind of like to organize things, but on the other hand, I could actually probably save a little weight, but just by eliminating some of my bags. Another bag. So this is kind of, well, not kind of, this is my first aid. So I've got some tape, some Tylenol, some anti-diarrhea medication, a little Benadryl, alcohol wipes, and a few Band-Aids. Safety pin, just in case I need to pop any blisters, which hopefully if those feet are as tough as I think they're going to be, I won't have to do that. Also have in here my little repair kits for my air mattress, my tent, punch a hole in my bag, which with my pack, which I've already done once, so I've got that. Probably don't need this, but I've even got a little bit of survival items, you know, fire starter, extra lighter, a little bit of rope, emergency blanket. You know, you just don't know. So anyway, oh, and with the lid on the pack, there's a little top pocket, and I do have the National Geographic maps. You know, I probably don't need them on the trail, to be honest with you. I will be using gut hooks, but in the evenings before I go to sleep, I kind of like flipping it open and taking a look at you know, where I'm going tomorrow. I know I can use gut hooks for that, but it's kind of nice just to look at the map and just see what's happening. So I will be packing a paper map just in case I get lost, and a compass. I wouldn't mind you know, just educating myself just a little bit more about compass and just finding my bearings and tracking myself on the map just a little bit with the compass. You know, there's a part of me that wouldn't mind just leaving the whole electronics behind and just going out and being with nature and just loving the outdoors without all the electronics. But then the other part of me loves doing these videotapes and just documenting my adventure with my family and friends and anyone else who wants to follow along. So I also carry a little waterproof bag for my phone, but this actually doubles as my wallet too, so I end up keeping keeping my credit card, driver's license, and any cash I have in here. And if I feel like I'm going across the stream and I need to make sure my phone stays dry, I'll put it in here too. So, and then inside, deeper inside the pack, my cook system. I do, so that's one of those things that, you know, I've contemplated doing some cold soaking just to save a little weight, but you know, especially if it's cold or rainy, it's nice to have a nice hot meal, and I do enjoy my coffee in the morning, so I think certainly I'm going to take a stove. That's just one of those things. For 6 months you just like to have a hot meal. I do have one of those micro towels. It's kind of big, but if I go swimming, I can dry myself off. If I have a little condensation problem with the tent, you know, I can wipe it down, it dries quick, so that should work out pretty good. Got a little collapsible cup, drinking my coffee. Got my spoon. Got my titanium pot. Little bandana. Little pocket rocket 2 MSR. Fuel. Got a little sponge, couple of little sponges just for cleaning the pot, maybe cleaning myself. Lighter, little aluminum foil. And I have this, and it's really come in handy. I got it with another MSR kit, but just for help hold the pot. You know, sometimes these handles get a little warm, and pulling it directly off there, it's kind of nice to pull it up off of the burner and be able to handle the pot without burning yourself. So there's my cook system. It's it'll work. I'm sure it will. Field tested. Oh, my ditty bag. So these are see, I told you I like bags. I like to keep stuff organized. So all my personal items. So I do have some hair, so I will carry a brush. And I like carrying one of these little scrunch pads just in the evenings, just to put a little water on it and just clean up in the evenings. That seems to work wonders. I do carry the deuce for digging the cat holes. I like to use the wet wipes. But my luxury item is toilet paper, because I can't believe it'd be horrible to be out in the woods and have to use rocks or sticks or leaves or something. So anyway, got that. And sunscreen, toothpaste, toothbrush, chapstick, little first aid cream. Oh, here, I should show you these. I've got these aren't none tablets, even though I think I'll carry those for replacing my electrolytes. But I haven't seen anyone actually talk about these, but this is a little towel, a little condensed preformed towel. You add a little water to it, and it becomes a little towelette. And I was thinking this would be a great thing to help, you know, clean up at the end of the day, wash my feet or whatnot. I'm sure people must be using these things, but I just haven't seen a video. So anyway, you add a little water to this, and it just kind of soaks up the water and turns into this wonderful little towelette. It's actually a cloth fiber type of thing, so it's stronger than a paper towel by far. And those things don't weigh a thing. I thought, what a great way just to help clean up at the end of the day. So anyway, I thought those were kind of cool. I'll probably, I don't know if I can find them along the trail or not. I'll shoot a little picture of the packaging. I mean, there's dozens of them on Amazon. You can get them in little plastic containers or a big bag of 100 of them, which is what I bought. And so I'll take a picture of that and insert it here just in case anyone's interested. Making a mess. So then my sleep system. Actually, I don't think yeah, I will. So I've got the Thermal X-Lite sleeping pad. A couple of rubber bands just to hold it together. So it's the Neo Air X-Lite sleeping pad. This has been wonderful. I used it last year, and it's really comfortable. I did add this little 1/8" foam pad from Gossamer Gear, and that's for if I'm cowboy camping and whatnot, just to give a little extra padding to my Neo Air. And another thing I've never used before, which I added this year, if I can find it. I thought it was in here. Oh yes, right here. Is I've got the Nemo pillow. I've never used a pillow, so this is another luxury item. It's not a very big one, but in the past what I've used is just my clothes or my puffy, and I'll probably still use my clothes bag as somewhat of a pillow, maybe underneath my legs or something like that. But I think I'm going to enjoy this too. So hopefully. Oh, this pocket up here. Forgot to get into this pocket. So I do have my headlamp. It is a black diamond headlamp. I've had it for 4 years now. I know that there's lighter headlamps out there, but this one's worked. It's worked really well. It's got the different colors, but I just tend to use the white light for a little night hiking or around camp. I do like, I got some possum down gloves. If anything ever gets cold with me, it seems to be my fingers. So this is just perfect. They're breathable. They'll keep me warm if they get wet. So I do have those. And then inside the bag, I've got my waterproof bag. And I've got my puffy, which I've had for 4 years. It still keeps me warm, so it's a North Face down puffy. It's been a great coat. I wish it had a hood, but it doesn't. And I'm probably not going to buy another one before I start the trail. So if I find it doesn't work, then I'll invest in another one. And then another thing that's new for me this year is my quilt. So I've had a Nemo, one of those kind of spoon sleeping bags for the last 3 years, and it's been a great bag. It's kept me really warm. But still, even with that spoon type bag, I still feel real confined. And this last hike we did this last year, I ended up just sleeping with the bag wide open and over top of me. So I think the quilt is just going to be a great addition. I think I'm going to be comfortable, and hopefully I'll be warm enough. So we'll see how that goes. And then the last item, all the way down at the bottom, Another bag is my pack clothes. So that's in the my bag liner on the inside. I've got an extra one down there. Oh, another wonderful Christmas gift from my daughter and really my whole family. This is probably the most precious thing I have in my bag, is this poly cryo medium. There's a 2-pack, so I've got an extra one. It's from Gossamer Gear, so it's a ground sheet, but I don't need to use a ground sheet with the tent. But I'm thinking, you know, cowboy camping, I'm going to put that out, and then that foam pad. But really, what makes this so special is not really the ground sheet. It's just that my daughter and family took this sheet and have wrote all kinds of messages and inspiration, ideas and quotes and whatnot. So I will think about them every night when I spread this out and read one of these quotes and one of these little pieces of inspiration to help keep me going on trail. So this is my most precious item in my whole pack. So then of course I've got my clothes that I wear, and then my pack clothes, which, to be honest with you, this is where I've really had the hardest time just trying to condense this down to where it doesn't weigh a whole bunch. I mean, it's still heavy. It's surprising how much clothes weigh. So I don't know if I'll need these or not, but I certainly have a pair of possum down socks. Help keep my feet warm at night. I don't plan on hiking in these. I do have some Ninja socks, which I left at home. They're my socks that I'll wear on trail, if I wear any, we'll see. I got a bug net, which I had to use last year up in the Goat Rocks wilderness, or before and after the Goat Rocks. So I need that definitely. Probably in the Sierras by the time we get there. I've got a Smart Wool beanie, which might need that at night with this quilt because there's no place to tuck your head in a quilt. Also have a Smart Wool buff, which I actually like wearing the buff. Like I said, I'm not a hat guy, but the buff works out pretty darn good. I don't actually have any long pants. I've got a pair of hiking shorts. I've got those wind pants, which really are my long pants. And then I've got these Smart Wool tights, which is really, I'm thinking that's my sleeping layer. But if it gets really cold during the day, I'll put these on and put the wind pants over top of them. And if I feel like I need a rain skirt, maybe I'll pick up a garbage bag or something like that. So I've got that. I do have another base layer top, Smart Wool base layer top, which I think is just sleeping in. But if I get really cold, I'll wear it during the day. You know, a couple of pairs of underwear. I got the Ninja socks and a pair of darn tough socks. And then I keep my electronics bag in my clothing bag, which I've got my power bank brick, the Anchor, but it's worked out well. I've had this for 4 years and it continues to charge nicely. Got to hike the whole JMT, and I did get a partial charge about midway at Muir Trail Ranch, but it charged my phone and all my devices over and over again. So I think I can get about 7 or 8 full charges from my phone off of this, and the cables and whatnot. And of course, this is probably overkill too, but I've already got one, so I don't want to buy another one. But the wall plug, and I can plug in, you know, my phone, my bank, my power bank, my Garmin when I get that thing fired up. So this thing weighs a bunch too. But anyway, it's empty. That's it. 6 months worth. That's what I'm taking. I think I'll be comfortable. It feels good. So if I can keep my my food down to just the bare minimum between stops, that'll be the next thing I need to work on, is my whole resupply and just what I'm going to do there. But I think I'm ready. So 50 days, just around the corner. It'll pass like that. Actually, this is the fun stuff to do, is to get out and test all your gear and check your pack out and whatnot. The hard stuff is getting all the home front ready to go, so that I can leave my wife and not have to worry. Make sure that all the stuff around the house is just taken care of to be gone for 6 months. So luckily, I've got a wonderful wife at home, and she's extremely supportive. So that's wonderful. That helps out a lot. Once I get my resupply figured out, she'll mail my boxes and whatnot. So anyway, I'm rambling, and this has been long enough. So I think I'm gonna cook me up a cup of coffee, sit here, enjoy myself, and try to get all this stuff back in the pack. Okay? Little coffee before I pack this stuff up. So do enjoy my coffee. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you out on trail. And again, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Good.